welcome back. Now, we all know January is often a crushing blend of dark mornings, long working days, and the painful New Year resolutions.
However, it's not all doom and gloom. January is actually the golden time to get your summer holiday booked for 2023. Joining us now is the hottest new travel routes to some sunnier climates is travel journalist Michelle Walsh Jackson. Thank you for joining us.
It's great to be here. Hiya, Martin.
I'm good because I was onto a travel agent yesterday. We were chatting about a trip later in the year because it is January. It is. We're told it's the longest month of the year after all the Christmas and New Year festivities.
We need something to look forward to.
We do.
Yeah. And this is the great time to get the offers and get the deals. And you know, there are loads of new routes, exciting routes like Kos, Trieste. In Sardinia, there's a new route, two new routes to Romania. There's Bergen in Norway. There's so many places out of Ireland now. Lots of new destinations, great places.
And that's just come in because the demand is a lot higher now in 2023,
well, I think that the airports have got their act together. The airlines are kind of upping their, their pace, their loads, and the amount of holidays they're choosing. And tour operators are really excited to bring you in. And you know, we were just saying there before, Martin, how important tour operators and travel agents are. Because they can block book seats and hotels, and they will get you better deals that you wouldn't be able to do yourself.
Okay. I remember a few years back trying to book a holiday for myself, Jenny, and our 5 kids, and I was doing it myself, and I thought, this can't be right. I rang a travel agent. The travel agent saved me €3,000.
What?
3,000 euro between flights and hotels.
Not a bit surprised at all,
Okay,
Martin.
so let's start. You've got a few suggestions for us. From Dublin, we're heading to Italy.
Well, from Dublin Airport, Puglia is really well serviced this year. This was a kind of a new destination a couple of years ago. We've got direct flights with both Aer Lingus and Ryanair into Brindisi, and this is in the heel of Italy. If you're looking at the boot,
right down the boot.
Yeah, and it's a very cultural place with fabulous architecture and lots of medieval sites.
Very green.
Very, absolutely beautiful. It's kind of like the bread basket where you've got the lovely olive oil grown, great grapes, beautiful food. Actually, the world's most famous restaurant is in Polinia Mara, and that is one of the world's. It's in a cave, and it's very famous.
And it's very expensive.
It's very expensive, isn't it? But you know, you've got towns like Ostuni and Libello, which are UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Absolutely beautiful to see, and it won't cost you an arm and a leg. With Sunway Holidays, it's $566 for 7 nights in May, and that's staying in Brindisi. There's nothing wrong with that.
They say once you go to Italy, you won't go back to Spain or Portugal.
I know.
It's so beautiful.
Oh, well, I love Spain and Portugal too, but I know what you mean. Like, there's so much out there now, and somewhere that opened up last year was Egypt, and there's direct flights to Cairo, and you know, it's only 5.5 hours, and this is a totally exotic destination. I mean,
so
going
much
to
history
Cairo,
there as well.
Oh my goodness, you've got the pyramids of Giza, the Sphinx to go and see. You've got all sorts of action happen in the Canal Khalili market, where you go and you'll be doing your bartering with people. You have to do that kind of bargaining.
Part of the experience.
Big part of the experience. And you know, a lot of people are kind of concerned about, you know, safety and things like that. Well, if you are a solo traveller especially, Travel Department have a terrific packages there going out in May and September and October, and for $299 per person, it's all inclusive for 12 days. And for that, you've got a visit to Cairo. You've also got a Nile cruise for 7 nights. Now, this is everything, and a couple of days in Hurghada.
That's amazing.
We can go scuba diving in Hurghada, which is beautiful there on the coast.
Cruise on the Nile.
So $2,999. Now, that's get in. Everything. And it's a bucket list destination. It's one of those destinations that you
if you're cruising down the Nile and there's a Belgian detective on the boat, get off. Just get off.
Just be warned.
Okay. Out of Cork.
Cork Airport. Fabulous new destination to La Rochelle, which is on the west coast. It's a deep port, beautiful medieval town. It's got, you know, Renaissance architecture as well. Lovely for a city break. But it's also a gateway for, it's also a fabulous gateway for camping holidays. And they're so popular with the Irish. And there is especially good deals at the moment. If you book with Siblu Holidays, that's SIBLU, you know, they have about 30 campsites all over, mostly on the west coast, they'll save 35% going in May, June and September. What about a lovely all-inclusive mobile home, $295 for a family of up to 6?
Brilliant.
For a week in May.
You think for those months it'd be extortionate as well. That's so good.
And going from Cork, you've also got Béziers from Dublin Airport going filling France, you know.
And some of those camps, are they on the Mediterranean coast?
A lot of them are on the Aquitaine. You've got Le Pipou, which is in Londays. You've got Marisol, which is a new 5-star one. Les Embruns. These are all kind of dotted along Aquitaine. There's so much to see in that beautiful region, and of course the wine. Part of it's getting your
You're
wine.
going for the wine, my kind of girl.
But that's with Siblu, and check that out now, because you book before the end of January as an Irish visitor.
Yeah.
You'll get
So
those great deals.
all the sales are happening now in January.
Absolutely,
right.
yeah, you'll get great deals. And some travel agents like Click and Go will take a booking for €1. Do you know what I mean? Just to keep your...
pay as you go, right.
Like there's so many Cassidy travel, there's Top Flight, there's so many that you really want to go and check out. But Cork Airport also now is a new route to Portugal and to Porto, and my special one is Seville. Imagine Cork to Seville for a little pop-over city break.
And the architecture there as well.
This is an amazing city.
Yeah.
Oh, it's stunning, and it's very cheap too. You know, it's for being such an important capital. And if you go this time of year, the boulevards and the parkways are all filled with oranges. The smell of oranges, you know.
It's what it's famous for.
It's what it's famous for.
Yeah.
But the flamenco is the home of flamenco, so there's so much culture and things to see. The Plaza de España is where Star Wars was shot. You know, and it's got the largest wooden-built structure, Las Sietas, which is like big mushrooms. Fabulous, fabulous place.
Oh, okay. Now.
Right, so last but not least, you've Shannon Airport.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Holiday World Show, by the way, is on down there at the moment in the Radisson Blu in Ennis. So, and the Dublin one is in 2 weeks' time, so watch out for that. But Naples is open straight from Shannon, which is going to save loads of people, from travelling to Dublin if they want to see the beautiful Amalfi Coast. And 7 nights in Sorrento with Sunray. There's 697 here, which is very good for a 4-star hotel.
And when is that?
And that's going out in that's May. Like
697 for your hotel.
For a 4-star. In the middle of Sorrento. Wow. You know, flying from Shannon, you know, they're out there, but you go to your travel agent and you check and you say to them, you know, what can you do for me and you'll save in the long run. You know?
Okay, but in the run-up to your early summer holiday, you might want to take a little weekend break as well. And you can skip across the pond.
Skip across it. Well, now, from Shannon, this is great for football fans as well. They have got 2 new routes to Liverpool and Newcastle. Okay. And Newcastle, at weekends, it's going to be running, and I love Newcastle.
Can you imagine everyone on the planes going over?
Well, you know, it's also a great weekend spot for shopping. Great for art, would you believe, art and culture, the Baltic Museum in Newcastle. But you've also got Hadrian's Wall there. There's the fabulous famous Newcastle Bridge. All around that there are lovely restaurants and bars. The nightlife is fantastic in Newcastle, and it's quite cheap as well. Like, you'll still go into the pubs and you'll get your dinner and a pint for £10 kind of thing. You know, it is so much to see and do.
Then after a feed of drink, you can get a potted Mars bar and the chipper on the way.
There you go. The wanderlust is back.
Great to see you, Michelle. It really
great
is.
to see you, Martin. I hope you're giving people some ideas there.
I think we have. Some of those are actually bargains. For more of Michelle's travel ideas, head on over to the noveltraveller.com.